Hi everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes Weekly Webisodes. I'm Lene Gehrig, and today I've got these wonderful layering cutting dies. These are element cutting dies from Gemini by Crafter's Companion. Debbie and I made some really cute cards. I can't wait to show you what we did with them. They're very versatile and there's so much you can do. So come play with us. So this first set is called Stitched Pennant. And as you can see, it's got this wonderful little tiny dashed stitched line, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, well I could have just said right here, 8 different sizes of the pennant. And this is a card that Debbie made. She used Lilacs in Bloom. It's a brand new paper pack from hot off the press. In fact, when we got these, Debbie and I just jumped right in and started using them. And Paulette said today, but we haven't introduced them yet. I'm like, well, we're using them because we love them. So we just love getting new paper. Sometimes we can't wait. So that's a little sneak peek, okay? So for this one, she used the largest pennant right here. She also used the coordinating cardstock that goes with this paper pack. They're doing that now is the paper packs have coordinating cardstock, which is fantastic. You don't have to try to find the right color. It's all right there. So she used that to mat each one of those, okay? So all the layers, and then she even did some little cutaway here with the lilacs. How cute. And that little greeting comes from the paper pack. Added a little bow there. We really like using, here we go, the purple ribbon set is perfect for that Lilacs in Bloom. All right, so let me show you another one. Okay, this card, gorgeous. This one uses the ovals. This is the Stitched Ornate Oval. Okay, and I wanted to show you just these different pieces that can all be made here. Okay, so for this one right here, she just took the next size and put that, so die cut the largest one, then took the next size, put that over that one and die cut this one. So then you have another size here, and then you can just keep doing that to make these great little windows or frames, okay? Or you can just use them like this, oops, and you can stack them one on top of the other. Here's another frame one. So as you can see, frames and plaques and labels, they just work beautifully together. Here's one where you just put a little one in the window there. Okay, that's also some great holographic paper. Debbie made those for me. So this particular paper that she used here, this one is, where did I grab it? Blue Persuasion. Oh, darn it, I forgot to grab it. This is the Blue Persuasion paper pack, and also the Silver Ripple holographic paper and the Blue Persuasion cardstock. Once again, used a little black crepe ribbon this time. We love the little crepe ribbon set. And used foam tape in between each of the layers. So here's a great idea for foam tape. This is the Crafter's Companion small 3D foam pads, and you get 20 pieces of these little individual, 20 sheets, and then they're covered with these little individual foam tape pads. They're already pre-cut, nice and small. So if you like those, that is a great value there. So pretty, I love that. She also added a little dazzle greeting there. Okay, let's look at this one. Okay, this one is the Stitched Ornate Flower. I was reading it in French below and I went, oh dear, is it in French? I'm gonna have to try to pronounce that. Okay, so for this one she used the gingham, the brand new gingham paper pack and coordinating cardstock. If I can grab these, there we go. Another sneak peek. And I love the gingham because it's got the large print and the small print. And here, Debbie combined both the prints. She covered that large print and the small print. The coordinating cardstock was beautifully die cut. You can see the stitches really, really well on it. And what's great about this is she took these and she just made whole flowers from them, and then took one flower and then cut it apart to make this border. Isn't that great? I mean, very, very clever, and a completely different look using this whole black and red scheme and the little dazzle greeting there. Beautiful. Okay, so for this last one, this one is the Stitch Moroccan Tile, and I thought I would just build a card with you here and show you my stepping out process here. So the first thing I'm going to do is take, I think, the largest die right here. Nope, I used the second to the largest, right there. And I opened up this card. First of all, I covered this in the Lilacs and Bloom paper. I put that through my die cutting machine. And then bang, that one just comes right off. But we're going to save that, so hold on to that. All right, so the inside is covered with the coordinating cardstock, Lilacs and Bloom. I'm going to take some glue, and I'm going to just put a little bit of glue on my die. I'm going to put it so it matches up perfectly. I'm going to glue it inside here. There we go. I know that lines up perfectly now. And then I just took some of the smaller ones, and I'm just going to put those in between. This is going to be like heavily patterned. Another size from the cardstock. Okay, let's see how that looks from the outside. Okay. Now I'm going to take a little, these all have little pieces of foam tape on them. I take one of these little flowers, and this is from Flower Frenzy cutting dies from hot off the press, and I just used a little bit of this violet suede paper, which goes so beautifully with the Lilacs and Bloom. And then I just used, for the center of it, one of these little rainbow flat back pearls. There's a little purple in there that worked perfectly, but I used a little green one there. And then I've got a little greeting from the paper pack. It's got some foam tape on it. I'm going to put that right there. Okay, so I'm all done with that. Got my window card. And I wanted to add some ribbon. So I went to the purple ribbon set, and I wasn't sure, oh, I forgot to add a really important part. I got so excited. I had die cut, here we go, this little frame. Better. I kind of thought as I was building this, I'm like, wait a minute, didn't I have something to go around the outside edge? So I took this large one, and I die cut that from the suede, and then I put the smaller one, once I die cut, I just sent that smaller one in there to make my little frame. So I'm going to take this one off. I'm going to back it up a little bit, Lene. Got too excited. And there's some little dots here just to secure my frame. All right, I'm going to open this up so I can see the pattern a little bit better. See my window. Oops. Okay. What's great about that suede is it's very forgiving. I can just kind of move that around a little bit. There we go. Okay, easy fix. Now I'm going to put my greeting back on. All right, so back to the ribbon part. All right, so I've got my ribbon, and I had a couple here picked out to decide which color, which pattern. I've got a lot of pattern going on here, but I really liked the white and lavender here. So this is my design process. How am I putting patterns together? So I thought, well, this one with the gingham is really, really fun. I don't know, that's a lot of pattern. So here's another piece here of just grosgrain, so I like that one. But the color, it matches the center piece there, so that would work. And then we've got this really beautiful, bold, sparkly color. So I'm just gonna, sometimes you just have to tie your ribbon to see. And I thought I would take this opportunity to do some bows, because people ask me all the time, how do you get your bows nice? And the answer is practice, but there are a few little tricks. All right, so just like tying your shoes, after you tie your shoes and you do this when you tie the bow on your sneakers, then you're making your loops, okay? So we're not going to do the little first knot part. We're just doing the loop like we do on our sneakers. First loop. We wrap it around. I've got my thumb right there. Go through the little hole. What do they call that? The little bunny ears in the rabbit hole? And you go like that. All right, well then, it looks all kind of wonky, right? Well, don't stop there. Bows have to be manipulated. They have to be prompted to go where you want them to. So I'm just kind of pulling my loops down smaller because I didn't want loops that big. Now I'm tightening them. Now I'm kind of pulling them forward like that, all right? So it looks pretty good. The other thing you need to remember is when you're cutting your tails, all right? So there's a couple ways you can cut your tails. I don't like to cut, especially grosgrain, just a stumpy end like this, okay? So I like to cut them at an angle because that prevents fraying, and it's also just a little more special. Okay, so you notice I turned it. So here's the first cut at an angle, and then I turned it over and I made the second cut at an angle. So they're the same direction, whether they're both going out in the same direction. All right, so I can put that right there, and my tails are too long. There we go. Boy, my scissors are paper scissors and not fabric scissors. There we go. All right, so that one I like a lot. Now, that one was easy because it's double-sided ribbon. What happens when you have single-sided ribbon where you have this on the other side? All right, so you're going to take this same thing, you're going to make a loop. You're going to wrap around it. You're going to go through the little bunny hole, rabbit hole. All right, now when you get to this point right here where you're pulling your tails, like that, you've got one tail that's going the wrong direction. So what you're going to do is you're going to turn that tail. See, I'm twisting it. You're twisting it to the back. This is the way it naturally wants to go. And I'm just twisting it. And then to keep that twist in place, pull the loops. So now it's in place. It's not going to go anywhere. All right. So now I'm going to manipulate my loops again. Okay. My loops are a little big, so I'm making them a little smaller, all while keeping that in place, my little tail. Now I'm going to cut my tails again. All right. There, we've got that one right there. So now you know how to tie a bow, but you also know how to correct that tail going in the wrong direction. All right, I don't know. What do we think, you guys? There's that one. There's that one. And there's that one. I think I like this one because it picks up the color that's in the center. All right. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the back of this. And I'm going to glue that to the suede. That'll just take a minute to take hold there. So while that is taking hold, I'm going to bring on these other cards. And I wanted to remind you guys, we have a great money saver on all these die sets. So I would encourage you to check that out. If you're watching us on our Webisode page, the money saver is to the right-hand side, and there's a big photo of it. And just click on that photo, and it'll take you to the money saver. If you're watching us on YouTube, then just look for the money saver in the description box below the video. And there's also a link to paperwishes.com where you'll find more videos and lots of fun things to play with. Thanks for joining me today, and I will see you next time.